Hi, friends. Thank you for joining us on Fitness Friday. This is a ministry out of Christ Episcopal Church, and my name is Sunil Chandy, Father Chandy. I'm the priest and rector at Christ Episcopal Church, and we thank you for being with us. And today on Fitness Friday, we're here again with Sharon Younkin with a mental health tip. And today we're going to be talking about the impact of exercise on our mental health. And so, Dave, please bring Sharon on board. Hey, Sharon, how are you?
I'm excellent. I'm ready to talk about exercise as one of my favorite topics, right?
I love it.
And I got my fuchsia Fitness Friday outfit on.
And I got my gray on.
You got your gray on, and we are ready to talk exercise. So, exercise is so important. In terms of taking care of your body to take care of your mind. We have tons now of research to support how important it is for many physical challenges, but it actually works as an antidepressant, and also it helps with anxiety if you do some form of aerobic exercise. And we'll often advise folks for anxiety, to try to exercise 20 minutes 3 times a week at a minimum, and more so for depression. It's comparable to medication in some ways. It's not a substitute for medication, but it can have a very powerful effect. In fact, there was a study that was out maybe 15 years ago where they had two cohorts, two groups, and they had a placebo-controlled study where they had one group take Zoloft and the other walked every day for 30 days. Zoloft is an SSRI. It's an anti-depressant. And at the end of the trial, at the end of the study, the 30 days, both groups showed the same level of improvement. So, and the same decrease in terms of amount of decrease in the symptoms of depression. So again, that's not to suggest to stop medications or anything, but that is only to suggest the power of exercise. I also ran a group when I worked in a community mental health center, and we would walk for 15 minutes, and invariably everyone in the group would, start the group at almost close to a 10 in terms of depression and end around a 2. Now that's temporary. It's not a permanent fix for depression. But a lot of times what happens when people are depressed, their brain is stuck in these loops of rumination, and you've got to shake the brain up. And it's hard. So what I want to say too is I understand not everybody gets the same high off of exercise when they're depressed. They're doing it and like, oh, I'm not feeling it, and you have to stick with it. And those folks are my heroes because they're sticking with it to try to get their brain moving, and sometimes the behavior has to change and be consistent for a while before the feelings change. So this is also necessary. We have 4 times, our rate of depression is 4 times higher during the pandemic. So another reason why. And I guess I would say so I love to do things like play pickleball, and I think, so let's talk a little bit about the habit of exercise, because that's a psychological thing, isn't it? Everybody knows. We all know exercise is good for us. Well, why don't we do it?
Why don't I do it? I'll tell you one of the reasons this morning for me, if it's okay. Because every morning I get up and I try to do like this aerobic exercise, 20 minutes of HIIT training, right, which is on the treadmill.
Yeah.
But that initial, it's always it's always hard sometimes. And you wake up in the morning, should I do this? Should I not? There's a choice almost.
Yeah.
And when I don't have a choice and just do it, all of a sudden I'm like, even like 2 minutes of being engaged in the exercise, I feel good already, and then I can continue.
Right.
But it's like that moment where I have to decide, should I stick with my cup of coffee, or should I go and put on my sneakers and go downstairs on the treadmill,
You're mentioning some great things that are helpful to form habits. One is try to have a regular routine, right? Have it be a part of your regular structure that you, in the morning, just like you brush your teeth, it just becomes part of the habit. You don't sort of overthink it. And the more regular you can be and steady, the more like make time for it, right? That's an important thing. Also some other strategies. I try to connect things. I recognized long ago that I struggle with the discipline to exercise on my own, um, for, to get motivated to do it. So I tend to do things that are group oriented, like pickleball. Yeah, I try to connect social because I like the social piece, and the group piece that I feel a certain amount of accountability. When I was working out at the gym, I worked with a trainer. So these kinds of things can be, connecting it to something that does feel motivating to you. I like bright colors, so I'll like buy something that I feel good about wearing. Or, I like, believe it or not, I like the color of how bright this is. This motivates me. It makes me
Yeah.
happy when I look at this bright color. Maybe you listen to music you like,
Oh
which
yeah. Oh, definitely.
right? What
Yeah.
and those are some strategies to kinda get you into that routine. Another thing based on a book, it's a New York, I think, Times bestseller called Atomic Habits. Start off with just one small change. So, if you're trying to get to the gym, maybe you just change into your work clothes and you just drive there.
Yeah.
And make that your habit. You do that 3 times a week. Now, most likely, you're gonna get out of the car and walk into the gym,
Yeah.
but break it down into one small, steady habit that you do and do it. Set the bar low and jump.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I mean, I love those suggestions. I mean, when I love exercising with Simi, my wife, because
Mm,
we usually, and it's kind of like almost like a date night or date day. We
yeah,
exercise together, and then
yeah.
we do that once a week. And then I love music, but I usually listen not so much to music. When I do lifting, I like listening to some music. But when I'm on the treadmill or something, or on a bike, when I ride my bike, I like listening to my Audible books, and
Mhm.
I pick up I mean, it's the best of both worlds for me because 'cause I'm thinking and I'm also moving my body, and for some reason, the things that I hear, while I'm exercising seem to be a part of I remember it better, you know?
Yeah,
I
yeah, I love that.
internalize it.
That's a good point. There's the whole world of podcasts or books that you can listen to on audio. You're right. I mean, sometimes I find too, my mind can be active and I like to be learning something as well, whether it's about music or hearing different ideas. And I love that idea. And you can try to make, movement is the key. So connect it to something that you find enjoyable, dancing. I mean, it doesn't have to be, right?
Yeah.
Dan
Yeah,
how
dancing.
could we forget about dancing?
I know.
I mean, that's one of my favorites because you get the music and so there are lots of forms of physical movement.
One of the things that
Um,
we're trying to Ben and I are thinking about working with is there are a couple of people that we've had who are dancers that have interviewed on Food for Thought, and they're going to choreograph a simple dance step that maybe all of our congregation could do, and we're going to take some montages of us all doing this thing and put it on TikTok or something, you know?
oh my gosh, I love that idea.
I
I
mean, it's
love
just
that.
it's just so great, and everybody loves to move, and we have to move, at whatever age we are, you know?
We do. We do
Yeah,
have to move. It's good for your body, it's good for your brain.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, Sharon, this is another wonderful tip that you gave us, and I know, like, and I love the idea that exercise is a complementary, will complement our medicines if we are on antidepressants or anti-anxiety agents, but they have an antidepressant effect just by themselves, which is really interesting.
Yes,
And,
they do. It helps to actually create more, neural pathways in the area of the brain that helps with depression.
yeah.
And
Oh,
so and blood vessels, exercise helps you create more blood vessels, or all sorts of amazing things happen in your body when you exercise.
yeah. Excellent. Good. Well, thank you again for this tip, and we'll see you again next time. And God bless you. And for all of you, thank you for being with us. God
Thank you
bless
for watching, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Thanks for watching. Did you know that you can join Christ Church from anywhere in the world? If you're feeling connected to what we're doing, email us today at communicate@christchurchwesterly.org.